Now, you said something really interesting in there at the beginning. One of the things we've been talking about on Sane Progressive for a while, we talk about the deep state. In fact, I've done a whole Deep State for Dummies series, just to get, the history, because it's a long and complicated history, just to get the factions involved and the players. But you said something very interesting, that there are two factions of the deep state that are currently battling it out. And one has a vested interest in keeping the United States a politically viable, a separate entity, and the other doesn't. What are those factions, and who is involved in those different, those two different groups?
Okay, this idea comes from my experiences in electoral politics and my observations therein, and then also looking at some of the theoretical literature, like Dr. Peter Turchin, who discusses Cliodynamics, which I think I subscribe to at least the broad brushes of it. I haven't actually done research myself on the sort of using history as data. But basically, what Dr. Peter Turchin suggests in Cliodynamics is that what happens in boom periods is that the deep state grows, and membership in the deep state grows. It grows so much, in fact, that the deep state membership outstrips the ability of the polity or the political system to satisfy the desires of all of the members inside the deep state. And so then begins the factionalism inside the deep state. And so we can see this being borne out because there are only so many seats in the Congress. There are only so many seats on this Supreme Court. There are only so many jobs in the executive branch. And so if we look at the state's ability to deliver power to every member of the deep state after a boom period, somebody is not going to be happy. And so in my estimation, I call them the Pilgrims versus the Ziocons. The Ziocons comes from, it's a term that's been used actually by a friend of mine in Energy Roundtable. I actually personally have never met this person, but we've been, communicating online through the Energy Roundtable group for probably 10 years. And so these Ziocons would be the Zionists / neocons. And Catherine Austin Fitts actually calls them the empire builders. And so I borrow from Catherine too, and her ideas about these empire builders who are more interested in building empire than in protecting the vehicle through which their empire is founded and built, and that is the United States, the polity of the United States. And so in her estimation, which I share, they really don't care whether or not the United States survives as a political entity, as a sovereign political entity that is strong and able to protect its own national interests and the interests of the people inside the United States. No, they don't care about that. They care about building empire. They want to go to war, and they don't care about the after effects of the war. They will sweet talk the people of the United States into war. They will lie 935 times in order to get the U.S. public to go along with their war designs. And so we have seen that with the sanctions against Iraq, the total destruction of the country of Iraq. Hillary Clinton, by the way, carried that forward, not just from Iraq, but also with Haiti, with the absolute total destruction of democracy in Haiti by sending Cheryl Mills down to Haiti in 2010 and having Cheryl Mills read out the wrong winner of the election. And I'm reminded that in my own re-election in the lawsuit that was filed to get access to the election data, the state of Georgia said, well, you just have to trust us that whoever we say is the winner is actually the winner, because the election data belonged to Diebold and the public was not entitled to see the election data.